Casheez Park, this is NEAFL TV in the game between the Redland Bombers and the Southport Sharks. Just quickly around the grounds, quarter time, the Lions are 20 points up over the Giants, and Broadbeach, the upset is brewing, 10 points up over the Suns down the Gold Coast.
So ball back in the middle, umpire to get us underway. Southport lead by 4 points in a must-win match for the Redland Bombers to make the finals. The ruckmen go at it. Godfrey just pushed off it by his opposite number in Pope, and then a strong tackle, and we'll get a secondary bounce. Matt Ridley here, joined with Mark Kennedy. 2 goals to Josh Pullman in the first quarter was a highlight for the Bombers. They kicked the first 3, and then the Sharks answered with the next 3 goals to pretty much tie things up. This is Keel. A kick out of the middle, floats forward. Mark taken, and now quickly plays on. Daly. Now to centre wing, Rogerson. Give that to Salter. Their handball came from Headland. That wasn't a very good handball. This is Cass, the number 1. Usually pretty silky. On this occasion he isn't. Ball bounces towards full forward. Pullman, can he get his 3rd for the match? He's got it on a string. He goes back to Brewer. Brewer, where's he going to go? Veering off a couple of steps. Ball was touched off the boot and Salter couldn't trap it. It'll be Cornish to run away with it, and now Pope.
So Pope, kicks short, looks for a target. Unfortunately, just juggling it, there was a teammate. The ball went out of bounds. So still on Redland's advantage side of the ground.
This is a big quarter of footy for their season, the Bombers.
We are going to see how strong this wind is, I believe, and what Southport can do as we see Rees get the quick handball away to Salter. That time finds Godfrey. Godfrey goes long. Fortunate bounce. This time Gartner ends it up after getting it from Veering, who knocked it on. And errant kick, and Regan Salter for Southport. We've got 2 Salters out here, 1 each team. And he comes out wide this side in front of us and finds Keel.
So Keel under the right boot. Kicks it towards Thine. That's a good mark. Now Keel kept running. He got rid of Boone. He takes a bounce. He gets to 50. Hayden Keel, shot on goal. It's towards the teeth of goal. In fact, it's off hands. I think Cleve Hughes just shielding the sun a little bit there as the kick came in. Minor score for the Sharks. They now lead by 5 points as the kick quickly comes in from Zoof. He's got Godfrey on the defensive 50.
Finds a teammate and go long, looking for the big fella in Hunter. He now gathers it. Fortuitous bounce looking for Veering. Players around the contest. Here's Hunter again. He's right underneath it. He's going to have to do something with it. He does. Rees looked like he was grabbed without it. Umpire says no, though. Burge got one high and will take the free kick. Plays on quickly. Finds Pope. Pope just scrubs it forward. Good tackle. Turnover again. Keel involved. Well involved. Fine looking for Screech. Ball just goes over the top, although it doesn't stay in. It looked like it was just sneaking around the boundary line, the finish, and 3 minutes gone, it's still 5 points the margin.
Yeah, the Sharks had the numbers there. They had a 3-on-2 situation, so had the ball stayed in, they were a big chance of a goal. 3-6 plays 3-1. Sharks in front by 5 points. Ruckman go at it. Here's a chance. Is that Keel again? The goal sneak. Couldn't quite get enough purchase on it. Now there's still a chance. Cornish, the pasty, back to Askey. Askey on the right foot, got it! Snapped around the corner. They've drawn first blood in their second term. They've kicked 4 on the trot. Sharks now lead by 11 points.
Well, you've got to take your hat off to Hayden Keel in that situation. Just kept buttering up and winning the balls. Firstly in front of us here, ran on, burnt off Boone to take it inside forward 50. And then was involved around that stoppage there and took full advantage by giving the ball to Askey, who could snap the goal. So the margin is now out to 11 points. And whilst you wouldn't say it's too dangerous just yet, Redland would certainly be looking to respond.
They're kicking into the breeze too, as we said, Mark. Ball goes up. Now Ruckman go at it. Give that to Jonathan Miles. Bombers with the clearance out of the middle. Tumbles forward. Who can spark them going down there? Thompson, Pullman. It sits nicely. He's a right footer. He elects to go by hand. Looking out there, it looks like Veering. He wants the boundary line. It's kept in play. No. It's tumbled over. But it's in the right corner of this ground.
It looks dangerous every time he goes near it, Pullman. Just can find a little bit of space, but just can't quite get the look to go round towards the goals. That was McNevin. So McNevin said we'll have a throw in.
McNevin?
McNevin, 48, McNevin. The throw in again. We'll give that one to Redlands, but almost coming through there was Cornish. Working hard there was Thompson. He just butters it forward and finds a teammate who I think might be Godfrey.
We say McNevin with the question mark next to it because he was down as an emergency there, Mark Kennedy. Liam McNevin, but I think Andrew McQualter is one of the player, the late change for the Sharks. So if you're playing at home, McQualter out, McNevin in. And on the other side of the ledger, Tommy Daniel is a starter as we lost Nathan Reid, a late change for the Bombers.
He comes in and kicks beautifully. So Godfrey, he gets the fourth for Redland. 4-1-25, back to a 5-point ball game. Southport 4-6-30. So I think you got that one not quite right, which just threw me there at the finish.
What's that?
It was the player out for Redland was Big Reid,
yeah.
And it was Tom Michael coming in. I think you said Tom Daniel.
Too many first names out there. But you're right.
All the players out there with two first names.
The Bombers, we felt like the Bombers needed the next. I know the Sharks had got 4 on the trot. They kicked out to 11 points. It wasn't getting any dangerous just yet, but the flow of the match, the Bombers really needed that.
Southport look to bring it out away again. Here's Burge, gets it back to a teammate who in turn gets it towards Thine. Thine just beats him over the boundary line. The kick came from Regan Salter. So Southport will just look to reload.
They look fairly slick at the moment. They look fit, the Sharks.
And throw in again. Hunter just beaten there. I think he beat Big Weymouth there. We'll see Garua, and he got the good tackle on Thine, and we'll have another ball up right in front of our commentary position.
This match could very well go down to the wire. Season on the line for the Bombers. They must win here today. Grua, Stephen was there. He left it for Thompson. Eventually Thompson back to Stephen. He had to kick it quickly. He did just in time. Rogerson. And now Pullman doing a stack of work down there. Back to Rogerson. And then he eventually runs himself over the line. We'll have a throw in. Pullman working hard at full forward and then at centre half forward. Boundary throw in. Hunter will go at it with Weymouth. Weymouth had a great first quarter for the Sharks. Who can get it here? The Bombers. Thompson in traffic. Kicks it out wider. Veering. Nice mark taken here by JV. Usually uses the ball well, and he does on this occasion. He gets Grua. This will test him though. Blake Grua into the teeth of the breeze.
Certainly will. Good smart play and body use there by Josh Veering. Former Mount Gravatt player. Western Taipan. Going back a long time ago. Had a distinguished career.
Yeah, might have got a Sid Guilford trophy in there as well.
So Grua comes in. Went to the side to try and get a bit of extra purchase on it. And just pushed it wide, and we'll have a behind for the Redland Bombers. So 4-2, 26, 4-point margin, 4-6-30 the Sharks.
So Headland to bring it in. Benny Headland uses the 10-metre allowance, goes to the outer side. Weymouth and Hunter. And now Screech pushing up the ground. And then he just got a handball out in time. Salter's kick towards inside 50. At the back, Gardner.
Good leap.
Stevie Gardner got up high, took a nice mark and ripped it away from his opponent Merritt. And he'll go back directly in front to put the Bombers back in front.
Just that little bit of extra reach and judgment with the drop zone. Gardner over Ben Merritt. A little bit of extra height. So can he just convert now after a good mark? It's a good kick. So Gardner, who was on the scoreboard prolifically last week, adds his first for the day, and the Redlands hit the front 5-2, 32 to Southport, 4-6-30. It's a 2-point lead to the Bombers, 10 minutes gone, second quarter.
Yeah, speaking of last week there, Mark, Steve Gartner, 21 touches, 7 marks, 15 hit-outs, 3 games.
3 goals?
3 goals.
Well, it's enough for 3 games for me, those possessions.
4 inside 50s, 3 clearances. I mean, that is a fantastic game last week. He's in some good form. Bombers back in front. We've got a humdinger here. Final round of the NEAFL Northern Conference.
Hunter and Weymouth. Give that one to Weymouth. Coming through there was Thompson for the Bombers. There's Cars, gets it back to Brewer, who's been in it. Rogerson. Here's Thompson again, bursting through. Is the kick a decent one? It's up towards a big Gartner again. This time, oh, Cruz gets him. Here's Merritt. Just swings around on the right. Looks like it'll just fall into, and it does, into the arms of Brewer.
He wants to square it up. He's got Zufa. Here's a long kick. He's a left footer. Comes inside, goes to the pocket, but it's all the Sharks. Getting back there was Keel. Takes a mark, and now he's away. Where's his teammates? There's Screech. He's got a couple to beat, so he just got a handball out. Askey, well tackled. The Bombers need to wrap this up and get a stoppage. A push in the back. Free kick to the Bombers on centre wing.
Third man in, I think.
They lead by 2 points. Salter kicks it quickly. Goes to the outer side. Markle free kick. The Bombers have it. A couple of kicks from goal.
So this is Cars. And Cars comes into Salter. It's Tom Salter. Goes over the top, looking for a teammate. This is Daly. Goes inboard to Rees. Rees fakes the kick, drops it, picks it up, then has a shot for goal.
Oh.
And just to the near side. So Rees, almost a NEAFL TV goal of the day, one would think for me. And 5-3-33 they move to. 3 points in front of Southport.
So this will be Cruz, brings it in, kicks it to himself. Runs his full measure, but that's not the best of kicks. So the momentum here with the Bombers. Cast a long handball. Zufa, handball now, and this will be Daly. Daly shot on goal. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a mark. A mark taken here by, the kick came from Jones. I think Sondergeld might have marked it here in the pocket. He'll play on, kick around the corner. He's missed. Has he missed everything? It's a point. I'm not 100% sure. So the kick came from Jones. And the shot on goal was Damien Stephen. So I just got mixed up a bit there. Redland 5-4-34, Southport 4-6-30, margin 4 points. Cracking game, second term.
So this is Salter for Southport, goes up forward looking for Big Miles. Good courage there from Redland just to get in the middle of it. This time getting in there was Headland. Now gives it off to a teammate. That's McCanch looking for Mallon and finding him. Pinpoint perfect pass. And Mallon is deep in the pocket. Angle's tough. But Southport, good end-to-end play.
Just killing that momentum when the Bombers had the run of the play the last 5 minutes. They probably could have kicked 2 or 3 goals. But now to really stuff that momentum and to get the Sharks back in front. Mallon, shot on goal. Goal umpire does some work. We'll wait on the goal umpire. Yes, it's a goal. Sharks back in front. They lead by 2 points. Mallon's now got his third. Having a fantastic game. And another lead change. Redland 5-4-34. Southport 5-6-36. Margin back to 2 points. 14 minutes in second quarter. Matt Ridley with this guy, Mark Kennedy.
Good end-to-end play by Southport. Just judged the flight beautifully. That kick came in and Mallon got in the end of it. Third goal for the day. He's been lively. That was his total return last week, was 3 goals, as we see Cleve Hughes come back onto the ground. And Daniel Zufa running off him beautifully and finding him plenty of the footy. So we'll see what the second half of this second quarter has in store, but thus far it has been an absolute cracker here at Casheez Park. Of course, for those people following at home, the Tigers and the Blues playing in the AFL. It's the Tigers by 30 points, 5 goals at quarter time. So plenty happening there in the AFL as well.
So ball back in the middle. Weymouth, give that to him. Cornish Just got to kick away. Brewer will get there first. He has to bend down to the laces. And then just a handball to no one in particular. This is Veering, pushed off the footy by Cornish, who then shrugged the tackle, and then he won it. And then he got a handball. Hunter, back to Brewer. So he eventually will clear it for the Bombers. Towards half forward, Pullman on a long lead. Left it for Sondergeld. Now there's still a chance. Salter through the pack. A little left foot kick towards full forward. Who will get there first? Oh, Sharks with all the numbers. This is McNevin. A long kick. At the back, Thine. Thine takes a NEAFL TV mark of the day, and then his kick was partly smothered. And then almost a free kick there to Pope. Thompson got a handball. Salter whacked it on the boot towards half forward. Oh, no mark by Gartner. Loose footy. Merritt, he'll run away with it. And now Cornish gets it to Pope, and he goes out wider.
So Pope through the middle, gives it off to a teammate who in turn just coughs it up. This is little Sondergeld. Just goes with the outside of the right foot. Looking for Veering. Can't quite find him. In fact, he was looking for Rogerson. Now Southport. Work the ball. Thine. Ball underneath him. Goes over the boundary line right in front of the commentary position. 17 minutes gone. Second quarter. NEAFL TV. Southport versus Redland. So they win the tap away. Here's Byrne. Byrne gets it back. Boone under pressure from Baxter. We haven't seen that much of Baxter. They get out of trouble this time, and the ball ends up with Rees.
Got it from Howard, and now in turn to Veering. A long kick. Oh, that's a good kick. And a nice little mark too. Diving effort from Pullman as the crowd gets into it here at Casheez Park, with the Bombers trailing by 2 points. Pullman to come in to kick his third for the match.
I think the crowd here, and we might have heard that applause in the microphone there, but certainly appreciating the quality play and the quality kick from Josh Veering.
Directly in front. He'll have to give it to everything, kicking into the teeth of the breeze. A bit swirly too. Pullman for his third to put the Bombers back in front. Kicks on its way. Will it get the distance? Yes! Pullman with three. Bombers back in front. Fantastic footy here. Round 22 of the NEAFL Northern Conference. 6-4-40. Plays 5-6-36. Josh Pullman has three. He matches Eddie Mallon for the Sharks, who has three. That's fantastic stuff by the Bombers.
Didn't look convincing coming in to kick the goal, certainly, but got the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that counts.
There'll be a few Redland Bombers hierarchy and fans looking at live scores, making phone calls, what's happening Gold Coast, Broadbeach, what's happening the Morningside Labrador game down there down the coast.
We'll certainly look to see if we can get an update from Morningside and Labrador at some stage very shortly. The ball comes back in. Tackled there was Cornish. The umpire Nathan Scott comes in and says we'll have a ball up.
Good umpiring too today, I must say. Scott, Young and Stevens.
After you bagged the umpires last week, he had to rectify it. Thompson comes over the top, just dinks it. Salter for Southport, tried to get in there. Here's, that was Rogerson, I believe. Gets it back to Thompson, goes inside forward 50 and finds Veering. Plays on quickly, goes over the top. Can he find Pullman? He can't quite get there, but now he's got it well wrapped up by Wish Wilson. Wade Mills will mop up for the Southport Sharks, give it, and eventually hands it back over to Wish Wilson.
So Samuel Wish Wilson kicks a long ball. Screech just ran himself under the footy. So they probably cough one up there, the Bombers. Veering's kick, well, it's a pretty good kick. I think Pullman just couldn't quite trap it. Maybe Veering might have been better off having a shot at goal. Who knows? Margin 4 points. Bombers lead. Only just. Thompson with some room here. Gee, he's been busy, hasn't he? A kick towards forward 50.
Give a bloke a rap and he lets you down.
Salter marks it. This is Regan Salter for the Sharks. That's a nice looking kick. Long lead came out from Stephen Mills. Getting back here is Reynolds. Over the line. Let's have a throw in. Let's just take stock here, Mark Kennedy. 20 minutes in, second quarter. Redland Bombers 6-4-40, Southport 5-6-36, margin 4 points.
Gartner, Weymouth. In there is Boone. Buffeted though. Here's a turnover. McCanch Gets it inside forward 50. Not real efficiently though. Daly was there trying to mop up there. He's underneath the ball now.
Oh.
Looked to get a high one, was a Redland player, and the umpire agrees.
That's going to be 50
have a
now.
free kick.
That
It'll be Tyler Jones.
Not 100% sure why that's not 50. It was a clear free kick. It wasn't a dubious free kick. Hughes just kicked the ball towards goal. Should be 50 metres in my eyes.
So Jones has the easy pass, finds Daly.
I'd like to see the Bombers just settle a little bit here.
Kicks into the man of the mark. So trouble there. And eventually gets it out to Howard. Howard off to Jones. Shows good leg speed. He's outside defensive 50 now. Looking for Bain. But goes too wide and kicks it out of bounds on the full outer side.
Cruz with the free kick. They need to... A side just needs to take hold of the momentum. The Sharks with Cruz. A long kick. Pope at the back of the pack. Keel. In there too is Mills. Stephen. Handball came out. Oh, look out for Baxter. Getting back here is Jones, having a good quarter. Handball came out. Stephen was there. 50 metres out from the Sharks' goal. Umpire says, I'll have it. 4 points the margin. 21.5 minutes in second quarter. Pullman has 3. Eddie Mallon also with 3 goals. Ball goes up. Strong tackle. Umpire does it again.
Tense times here at Casheez Park. Great times for NEAFL TV fans as Gartner just goes over the top, but the ball ends up going Southport's way. Redland try and respond. Now Weymouth though for the Sharks gets it out. Ball ends up going up forward. Zufa gets a punch away. Here's Baxter and Mallon trying to get involved in the play. Ball spills out and rushed is the behind.
Yeah, this is great footy.
By Damien Stephen, I should say.
We both came here thinking, oh, the kick comes in. Thompson, a little bit lucky there. And then a long kick. Pullman's the target. He should get there. He does. Now, where does he go in here, Mark? Pullman elects to play on. He can go deep. He goes long. And no mark taken. Oh, here's a chance. Gartner. Around 1 tackle. Around 2. Couldn't quite sneak a handball out. Done. Holding the footy. So it'll be a Sharks free kick. It'll come to Weymouth. I tell you what, Mark Kennedy, we both drove here hoping for the game of the season. I think we might have it. Fantastic footy. Weymouth gives it to Burge in the back pocket.
So Burge looks for a target. Finds Pope, or is it Keel? Always look alike. Goes forward looking for Baxter now. And we have a kick in. In fact, it was Keel. I got it wrong.
Not only is Tyler Jones winning the footy and having a fantastic quarter on the stats sheet, he is doing a great job on one of the star full forwards, Josh Baxter, keeping him goalless to this stage.
So we see Askey kicks the ball inside forward 50. Gruer drops what he should have. Sees Screech. Just scrubs it forward. Was going for goal, but not a bad result in the context of the game because Southport will have a throw in just some 10 metres around from their goal.
Deep in attack here. 24.5 minutes, second quarter. Beautiful ruck work. Weymouth to Mallon. Mallon for goal. Fantastic stuff. He's now got 4. Sharks are back in front. They lead by 3 points. 6-7 plays 6-4. What about the ruck work by Dan Weymouth? Laid it, laces out to Eddie Mallon. Beautiful roving. Ruck to Rover. Goal. Mallon's got 4.
He's been a great consistent performer for Southport this year, and all the games I've seen for NEAFL TV involving Southport, that he has been up there in their top half a dozen players, and certainly last week he was influential around the contest, both up forward and in the ruck, and on that occasion, what a tap and what a set play there to Mallon, and a great left foot goal.
So, ball back in the middle. Umpire Stevens to get us back underway. It favours Miles. Cornish is there. Thompson. Good little smother that. Salter. Now to Cast. Cast has got room here. Runs his full measure. Kicks from 45. Goal to the Bombers. They're back in front. Great footy here. Suburban footy at its best. Bombers 7-4. Southport 6-3. Margin back to 3 points. Let's go around the grounds with Mark Kennedy.
Well, certainly it's a marvellous effort, that. And the scores I have just at the moment is Carlton and the Richmond Tigers at the MCG, and it is the Tigers by 30 points, 9-2, leading Carlton 4-2. 56 playing 26. And down at Amy Stadium, the Gold Coast Suns taking on Port Adelaide, 4-2, 26 Port Adelaide to 2-5, 17. It's the Power by 9 points.
Ball back in the middle. We'll get some live NEAFL scores as well, thanks to Craig Miller, the operations manager here at the NEAFL. This is McNevin, handball to Burge. He's my tip for the Grogan medal in a couple of Mondays' time. Miles, now Thine. Good work, Brewer. He dived on the footy though, and he was also dived on himself. So it'll be a free kick. And now the Bombers towards half forward. It doesn't bounce kindly for Pullman. This is McNevin injecting himself in the match, and he's got Pope on centre wing.
Pope been a little bit quiet this second quarter, but this man that's got it now hasn't. This is Keel. Just steps out of bounds, one would think, but the umpire says it's not. Over the back, Weymouth gets it now, and off to this man again.
Wow,
Edward Mallon.
He's got 5.
He's got a handful, and it's not even half time.
Well, the astonishing thing there was the ball was actually out of bounds. We don't want to rib the boundary umpire there, but that has cost that has cost Redland Bombers a goal. Simple as that. Keel, clearly, when he kicked the ball was out. So unfortunately for the Bombers fans, they were robbed there, but take nothing away from Eddie Mallon. 5 goals to half time. Sharks are back in front. Lead changes. We've had 7 lead changes. It's only half time.
Well, Norm Dare, masterstroke with Eddie Mallon on 5. And Greg Seaton Lonsdale will be looking at that matchup very closely as we see. Redland come away this time to Godfrey. Had his kick smothered, then comes back up towards Pullman. Looked like he had the sit. Coming through there is Pullman again though, and responds immediately.
That's a free kick. It's a free kick to the Sharks.
There's actually a push in the back.
McNevin with the free kick in the back pocket, so...
I was just about to put that one down, and I'm glad you called it.
Oh, so McNevin quickly brings it in. A mark taken, so the Sharks getting the rub of the green here. Now a long kick. Wish Wilson. Another free kick, but that's clearly there. This will be Wish Wilson here. Sharks lead by 3 points. 7-7 plays 7-4. Sam Wish Wilson told to play on. Kicks it to half forward. Oh, strong mark taken by Mallon, the man of the moment. He's got 5 to half time. Kick. It's a risky one. Brewer's getting back there. Was he taken high? No. Burge gets it back. Weymouth missed his target in Cornish. He's got time and speed. He gets back there. Now getting back here is Daly. That's clever. Kicks it out towards Gartner, who's pushed up the ground here. So Gartner at half back. Kicks it over the top. And it'll be a mark taken here by Cruz.
So Cruz just worked his opponent underneath the ball there and then delivers inside forward 50 to Baxter. Haven't seen too much of Baxter today. Been well covered early. He's been very, very influential in all the contests in the last month or so.
I must say I like this move from Josh Baxter. He hasn't had much of the footy. He's marked it on the boundary line. Tough kick. But if he kicks the goal, he gets the momentum into half-time and he gets the confidence.
Kicks it, just goes to the near side and one behind.
I must say, those Shark supporters would be happy to see that. Take the mark. You're a star full forward of the competition. That's what they pay the big bucks for. Go back and have a shot.
So Zuffa goes to Stephen. Outside defensive 50, and that man again, Hayden Keel, who's had plenty of it himself, smothered the ball. Ball goes out of bounds.
Fantastic game, folks. If you're watching it on neafl.com.au, half-time approaching, 30 minutes in. Tell you what, you'll be back here in 25 minutes to watch this second half with the Bombers season on the line. Will they play finals? Wish Wilson's kick. The lead came from Baxter. Getting back there also was the big fella Miles. Handball missed its target. Burge. Clever. Kick. A worm burner to the pocket. Southport a chance. Askey. Goal. Brock Askey. They extend the lead close to half-time. They now lead by 10 points. Askey's got his second for the quarter. 8-8 play, 7-4, Sharks by 10 points.
Well, again, clever play by the Sharks. They've been able to weather the storm, which Redland have really issued the challenge to them, and they've responded. Like the side they are, they sit second on the ladder. Of course, the Brisbane Lions will take the minor premiership, but Southport snapping at their heels and are certainly one of the absolute heavyweights and contenders in NEAFL 2013.
We'll have some live scores for you soon after half-time, so if you want to know the scores, stay tuned. NEAFL.com.au. Southport by 10 points. Half-time siren cannot be far away. Weymouth, who can get a late goal? Sondergaard out of the middle. Do we have a mark for the Bombers? Oh, Thompson couldn't mark. Pullman couldn't grab it. Sharks are getting back in numbers. There's a swarm of them down there. Handball, veering, applying the pressure, over the line out of bounds. So can they trap it in there, the Bombers, as we approach half-time?
Vital goal, vital game. So we'll see the ball thrown in just around from Redland's goal. Gartner and Weymouth just pushed down forward there by Weymouth to Cruz. Cruz on the left outside, defensive 50. Players around it there, working through. Need to make an effort, but the umpire says, no, you're fine. I'll ball it up. We're at half back for the Sharks. Ball goes up again. Hunter and Weymouth, no clear advantage there. Pope got a quick one out to Keel. He's well tackled there by his opposite in Sondergaard.
Long quarter this one, Mark. 32 minutes gone this quarter.
Of course, we had the ball go right over the back there at one stage after a goal. You see Weymouth. Here's Salter for Redlands. Gets the ball back inside, forward 50. Coming out is McNevin. He's well tackled this time. Here they go again. Is this Cars? Gets on the left. Just puts it up. Is there anybody home? The only person home is Ben Merritt. And Merritt, he can release.
Yep, he'll find Pope. They've got the numbers here. When is the siren going to go? Pope, he should have gone. He elects to take a couple of bounces, and then he kicks a nice ball. There's the siren right on half-time. So the Sharks were flooding forward. It was almost another one. 10 points is the margin. What a fantastic half of footy. Redland Bombers 7-4-46. Southport 8-8-56. Quickly the goal kickers for the Sharks. Mallon has 5, Askey 2, Keel 1. While for the Bombers, Pullman has 3, Cass, Godfrey, Howard and Gartner have singles. So it's 10 points quickly around the grounds with Mark Kennedy, and then I'll sum things up at half-time.
In the AFL, it is Richmond by 17 points. The Blues have kicked a few late, so 56 playing 39. And at Amy Stadium, the Port Power playing the Gold Coast Suns. It's the Power by 16 points, 6-3-39, leading the Gold Coast Suns 3-5-23.
Fantastic quarter of footy. We've got a great half of footy coming up. Can the Bombers win and get into the finals atmosphere? You'll find out after this. It's half time here at Casheez Park. The Sharks by 10 points.